Veterans Day is a time to honor our vets, both active and former U.S. service members, for the sacrifices they've made and continue to make for our country. Joining me live in Studio A this morning to talk more about mental health support and resources available for veterans, Sarah Strang and Cornell Sims with the Harris Center. Good morning to you both. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
As we know, mental health is a big factor for veterans. Talk to us about the importance of having support and the partnership between the Harris Center and the VA, how it works and how folks can benefit from this.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are very fortunate to have what they call a care coordination agreement with the VA. And that really helps us if we are out there. I run the mobile crisis outreach team. And so if we are going out to a scene and it is somebody that is a veteran or lets us know that they're a veteran, we can call the VA and make sure that if they need to go to the hospital, then we can take them to the VA and they're eligible for services there. And if they're not, they'll let us know that too, and we can get them the other help that they may need at a different location. And also, if the VA has anybody that comes to them or calls their veteran crisis line, and they're not eligible for services at the VA, maybe because they have a dishonorable discharge or they have any other reason, or even if they don't want to go to the VA, our mobile crisis team will assess the situation and see what we can do to help and then to get them the services that they need. That may be by serving us, by us serving them with our team and our psychiatrist at the Harris Center. Or it may be helping them get the resources in the community that they need so that there's no wrong door for a veteran, their family member, to enter.
That's really incredible. So the worst case scenario here is if you aren't covered through the VA, you have this other avenue to explore to see what type of benefits and coverage you can get through seeking help through the Harris Center. Yeah. I know the Harris Center has a whole plethora of different programs to help people of all abilities and different ailments. Talk to us about the peer program, though, that you have set up to support veterans when it does come to struggles with mental health.
Yes, sir. Being a veteran, a combat soldier in Iraq of 2005, peers and veterans kind of have the similarities. We have shared experiences, obviously dealing with trauma and all kinds of things that have affected us as we're trying to get to a journey to our life, like to be happier and to live throughout our days, things like that.
Just to be back into the daily routine of life, not in combat or serving our country. So often, over the years, I've talked to veterans from all walks of life, and specifically that transition back to civilian life, right, back here in the States, and how we often, I think, underestimate the power of camaraderie, of community. And so for many of these men and women serving, when they re-enter society, there's a layer of isolation. You don't have that community, right, readily available. And to seek help and to seek community within organizations like this can go a long way for these men and women.
Yeah, absolutely. Veterans like to hang out with other veterans, and they understand that language.
They get it, right?
Yeah.
It is a different language.
So it's important at the Harris Center that we have veterans. I have several veterans on my mobile crisis team that will go out, and then Cornell is a veteran peer.
Yeah. I know one important thing I would like to say is that, I was a soldier in Iraq in 2005. And, I lost 18 good men and women. But when I came back to the United States, I lost through my time, over 50,000, not 50, but 50 people to suicide. And that's alarming to me. And I know the VA does whatever they can do, and they have other organizations who do what they can. But we have to give these men and women, their credit. Like, we put our bodies, our life, our minds on the line. And so we have to be there for those people, not just today, but every single day.
Well, thank you so much for your service. Cornell, when you're talking to other veterans, or for folks listening this morning who either are veterans themselves or maybe have veterans, loved ones that have served, what's your message to them if they are faced with any sort of struggle?
I always say, I am them and they are me, because I was there before and they're in the same shoes as I was, you know, almost 19 years ago. And it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to talk to another man, another woman about the trials you're going through. Because we all need help. We're a village. One thing learned about Houston, Texas is it's a community. And Houston helps each other out. Houstonians help each other out.
Yeah.
You know, being born and raised in Louisiana, I see that when I came here. And so you have Combined Arms, you have Wounded Warriors, you have Texas Commission, you even have us now, the Harris Center. And so we're here to help. And we're all a village. We're all trying to help people.
There's a community for everyone. Really quick, do you recall coming back into society after serving? Those immediate days and weeks and months, what was it that allowed you to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to do this, or I might need some help myself? That starting point. I think that's the tough point for a lot of folks, right? Is that vulnerability, saying, hey, you know what, I need help. Bring us back to your journey, if you can, in hopes of helping others.
I had a mentor, and when I got back from Iraq, my mother, she saw that her son changed, how war had changed him, and I seen combat to the highest level, and my mentor killed himself, and that's when I told myself, that man is very strong, and in order, I don't want to be, not saying a statistic, but I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Because I know I have a life, and I know that I have so much I want to accomplish. And so that's almost 19 years ago. My mission, my mom told me, said, son, what's your next mission? I said, Mom, as many vets as I can save. That's my next mission. I probably can't go on the battlefield and do the same things I used to, but that mission is mine until the day I die. And so that's what I want to be. That's when every day I wake up, I says, how can I make someone happy? How can I make someone smile? And that's what I'm going to continue to do. You know, even though my time of service is over, it still doesn't stop me from being a soldier.
Yeah, your service continues, and we thank you for that. The Harris Center is very lucky to have the both of you, and it's very lucky to have a program like this to help others. For people who want to connect with you through the program, how can they go about doing so?
We have the Harris Center's numbers. Sarah probably.
They're on our
crisis
website.
line.
I do know they're on our website.
Yeah,
We've
the
done so much
crisis
with
line
you all.
is 713-970-7000, press option 1. Also, you can call 988. That
You can
makes it
text
really easy.
988 as well.
You can,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then of course, if there's an immediate emergency, that number is 911.
Yeah.
Yes.
We will put all of this information inside this article on our website. But for now, we so much appreciate you both coming on the show this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
you.
you, Sarah and Cornell.